Lifting weights and having a high protein diet is very important. This is coming from the cardio queen herself. I prefer cardio over weights any day, but I know that I would not look like this if I was not doing weight training. As painful as it is for me, it is super important. The way that it was described to me was that as you are losing weight, you want to lose the least amount of muscle possible. Why? Because once you cut down all that fat and you get to like the weight that you want to be, you want to have that lean and toned look. So of course we want to be losing fat as we're losing weight, and muscle is going to come with that inevitably, but you want to intercept that as much as possible so that when you are leaner and when you have cut down all of that fat, you're going to have muscle. You're going to have that toned look. That's all toned really means. It's just having muscle. So it's important to preserve as much of that as possible as you're losing all of that weight, and even try to build some a little bit. Muscle also will help you not get a skinny fat look. So if you're just doing cardio and you're losing a lot of muscle along with the fat, yes, you are losing weight, you're getting smaller, but you're not going to have that firm, tight, and toned look. So resistance training is very important. Even if you're doing Pilates as resistance training, some form of resistance training, even if it's body weight. My stomach looks so lean, that muscle tone that was sitting underneath the fat once I cut down, all the fat. Having a high protein diet is very important because it will help you sustain your muscle, and it helps to build muscle too. So it is literally feeding your muscles. You can always tell the difference between somebody who lost weight and they had a good diet with a lot of protein versus somebody who did not, because technically, yes, you can lose weight and be eating horribly. I know we've all heard that story of that guy who was just eating like Twinkies or something. That's all he was eating, and he still lost weight because at the end of the day, he was in a calorie deficit. But when you are eating a high protein diet, especially when paired with resistance training, your body's going to have a certain look. It's going to look very toned and very lean. So the T is really resistance training and having a high protein diet. Now, if you don't like weights like me, I limit the amount of weights that I do. I do weights twice a week. Now, when I was first starting out in the gym, I was doing weights like 5-6 times out of the week. But now that once I lost the weight, I was like, we're going to cut this down to 2 days a week. So 2 leg days. And then I do like Pilates, which can count as resistance training as well. And that's what I do to sustain, because I'm really not a weights girl, but I do know how important they are. So they will always be a part of my routine. I was going to forget to show you guys my high protein breakfast. I'm having protein oats. And what I love about oats is that they're super customizable. You can make them whatever you want them to be. There's so many ways to eat the foods that you love. Still eat them, but make them higher protein and make better choices. For example, go on my page and look at my spaghetti squash recipe. It is so good. You can have loads and loads of pasta and still lose weight for lower calories and have a high protein, amazing meal.